No, but she looks great. Can you guys see her? Ba 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 boom.
Actually, I guess my question kind of is along the va 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 boom line.
Oh, good, I love it.
But you were talking about the holodeck earlier and the characters and you were just like, oh my God. So, okay, if you had a holodeck, who would be on your, what man would be on your holodeck?
I can't say it out loud. I'll meet you afterwards. If Janeway had had the man of her dreams, this series would have lasted a long time. I think that the problem with it was, how do you balance? How do you show an audience of this intelligence? How do you allow them to accept you as a great leader and a deeply passionate woman? This is still it eludes us artistically, creatively. It still eludes us culturally. You know, Janeway had a lot of stuff going on. Of course I wanted that. All great leaders do. All passionate people are passionate from you. This is the great sex organ, right? And Janeway had that. But I felt that I had to slightly compartmentalize. So that's why the holodeck existed. So that we all didn't, you know, have to suffer her loneliness so unbearably. But I'm sure, in fact, what would have happened to Captain Janeway would have been some outer planetary visits or something. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I have one observation and a question. The observation is, I noticed after demotions and everything else, that in the end, Janeway ended up being the highest-ranking captain that Star Trek has ever had. She's the only one that made it to Admiral and kept the job. She outranks them all. But
I don't know what to say. Yes.
My question was, a lot of people felt that in the later episodes, when they added 7 of 9, that they were going for sort of the jiggle vision factor. As far as
That's one way of putting it.
as far as Voyager goes. Do you know if, did they transfer a lot of the fooling around with the hair and the costume and paying all attention to that to Jerry Ryan from when they stopped bothering you with it? Or, were they
They stopped bothering me with it when Jerry Ryan arrived, yes.
Yeah. Well, you said they stopped bothering you at the end of the first season, but I was just
They
wondering.
stopped, but no. That was tough for me, but everybody knows that, who reads about it, anything that I ever felt or did during Voyager. That was tough for me, because I felt that I took that a little personally. I thought, well, they don't feel quite confident enough that I can lead without what's the word I'm looking for? Somebody help me with. What? What is it?
Great person.
No, the sex person. The sex person. And I had so hoped that we could do it without that. With that as an element, of course, which I thought that Roxanne Dawson brought to it, and Jen Lean, and certainly Jerry Ryan, but who's an absolute knockout. But she was so clearly there in a sensual way that I think that I was very disconcerted by that initially, and may have reacted not as well as I'd liked. So I look back on it now and I think the world of her, a great beauty, very smart woman, good actress, and less of myself. But I think that I was just having I think I was having a problem culturally with that decision that Paramount made, because I really had hoped that they would charge through it. And I guess it's not time yet. We need that for some reason. We need to see that. I know I'd love to see it, but we need to see it constantly. And I don't know why it's more compelling or seductive than the annihilation of a species, or the discussion of a theological dilemma, or a friendship etched in conflict. I don't know why as human beings we do that, but I suppose it's because we reproduce and that is the most powerful force in the world, and it should be. I'm really honestly trying to figure this out. So in the moment, I was jarred, and I came to accept it, of course, and I think it was, in the end, a beautiful element. But I did have my little hard time with that. Do you understand why I had that?
Yeah.
I think that that's fair, don't you?
In the end, I love the relationship that the two of you forged
Thank
together
you.
between Seven and Janeway.
That's the
It
most
was really
important
great.
thing, yes. And she got Chakotay in the end, didn't she?
Yeah.
Beautiful babies. Okay. Yes, sir.
First of all, hello, Kate, and hello, Catherine.
Hello.
No, I have two parts. First, I want to express my gratitude, and second will be the question. The gratitude part is, I want to thank you and all people who produced this show for the terrific job you all have done. Because, well, of course you didn't know that until now. For me, the world of Star Trek started from Voyager. And only after that I got to see all other series. But Voyager were the series which hooked me up to the Star Trek world. So thank you very much for all of my heart. And
Nice. Where are you from, sir?
originally I'm from Lithuania.
Lithuania. Uh-huh. And your question?
Well, to finish the gratitude part.
Do go on.
Well, it's short. It would be a honor to serve under your command.
Thank you. What a lovely thing to say. Thank you very much.
And the question is, how big or not part Captain Janeway has in Kate Mulgrew?
Big. Big. Not total. That's the joy of creating the character, but big. And there are no fools over there. You know, when there are millions of dollars riding on a casting choice, you have to find the personality traits that match the characters. There's not a lot of time to figure that out. It's not the theater, it's the camera. So a lot. Her strength, her passion, her organizational skills, her capacity for excellence, her love of humanity, her levity, her love of solitude and her fear of it. All of these things came into play from Mulgrew. But what I endowed Janeway with, which I don't possess at all, is her ardent love of and ownership of science. You know, before she is a captain, she is a scientist. So she was always struggling with that greater longing, which was to get out. Every time she set a shuttlecraft, she went into her quarters and cried because she wanted to be on it. Do you know? That's the nature of Janeway. So I think that I shaped her according to the will of Catherine Janeway through Mulgrew as best I could. Thank you for that question. Thank you. And thank you for your gratitude. Yes? Does that mean it's time? Can I take one more question? Very quickly, one more question. Yes, madam.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes.
Just want to thank you for being here. I have loved you in so many shows. And one thing I want to say is thank you for bringing the Star Trek Enterprise into the next era, showing women as strong leaders.
Yes, good.
You don't just have a male demographic, you have a big female
But you know, I want to correct you. Not women as strong leaders, women as who they are.
Well, that's the...
Do you understand that?
Yes.
I didn't storm onto that bridge. I just let her be.
Well, that's one thing I wanted to ask
Right.
you, is that one of the best episodes, by the way, my son and I still watch it together.
Love the mother sons. Love the mother sons.
But one of the best episodes, I think, was when Kim really screwed up and he was down on himself. You had a talk with him. You said when you came here, you were...
Ensign Kim screwed up.
And you said you came... When he came onto Voyager, he was a cadet. He was just out of the academy, but now you saw him as a man. And I wonder how you brought in, it's just a wonderful way to show the difference between some female leaders and what you brought in and what you wanted to show as how a woman would manage such and command such a wonderful starship.
That the discipline of love ultimately exalts.
Yeah.
It can never do anything less than that. That's what I tried most of all. Through love, to raise it up. I want to thank the Alzheimer's chapter of Atlanta. Are there any representatives here? This is my passion and this is my cause, and I believe that the cure is on its way. So I want to express my gratitude to the Alzheimer's chapter of Atlanta, to you, Eric, and to you, the most extraordinary group of people and the most wonderful audience. Thank you very much. Thanks, Connie, Carol, Joni, Lori. Thank you. Thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big Atlanta thank you to Kate Mulgrew.